Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time, and welcome to our channel. In this video, I'll tell you when the $1,400 stimulus checks are going to be officially available, because we actually have new information from the IRS about what is likely to happen. Here's an article on your screen that was published by CNBC, and as always, we'll provide you with a link to all of our resources in the description section below. When direct deposits of $1,400 will officially be available. Now, the good news is these direct deposits will actually be available as early as tomorrow. Now, I want to be as clear as I can. I do know that many of our viewers and subscribers have already gotten the money. Some are showing pending deposits. But in this video, I'll actually dig deeper into this and give you a sense of when the money is officially expected to arrive in your bank account if it has not arrived already. So hopefully you'll find this video valuable. If you learned something new from this video, please consider clicking the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. That would mean a lot to me personally. And I'm very happy that you get the money and that you can use it for whatever you choose to do, because I know that this money is essentially an economic lifeline for many of our fellow Americans. Let's take a look at this article, everyone, together. And as always, I'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below. Many Americans will be seeing green this March 17th, which is tomorrow, when direct deposits of the $1,400 stimulus checks will officially land. Now, some financial institutions and some banks, and again, this depends on your bank, will make the funds available prior to that date. So for some of you, the funds may already be available. Now, this has led to some confusion amongst people. Hey, when am I actually going to get the money? Has the money actually hit my bank account, and so on and so forth. So this article highlights what you need to know while you're waiting for the $1,400 stimulus check. So folks, here's the bottom line. Wednesday marks the official day when the $1,400 stimulus checks should be deposited for a majority of our fellow Americans. And some individuals may already have seen that cash come through. Keep in mind that President Biden gave the go-ahead to the government by signing the bill and making it law. He gave the government go-ahead last Thursday. And so the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen basically instructed the IRS to start sending out this money. And if the IRS has your electronic deposit information on file, you're going to be among the first to get it. The IRS did announce on Friday that it had begun sending out the money a few days ago. And the IRS said in a statement, I quote, "Some Americans may see the direct deposit payments as pending or as provisional payments in their accounts before the official payment date of March 17." So what does this actually mean? This means that it may show pending, but tomorrow is the day when it actually hits your bank account, when you can withdraw the money and then do what you want with it, which is very encouraging. And some organizations, some banks are making the money available to their customers earlier. And basically, there is what's called as an ACH network. It's basically a network that transmits money from point one to point two. So the ACH network, just so our viewers and subscribers know, is a payment system that enables direct deposits and payments in your bank account. So depending on how your bank is processing that payment, that is when the money will actually hit your bank account. But the bottom line is, a majority, if not all of this money, will actually hit bank accounts by tomorrow. So with every ACH network, basically what happens is there is a date at which the money hits the bank account. And March 17th, by the way, is the date, which is tomorrow, is the date that the IRS has selected for millions of direct payments to go out. So government officials have basically said that, that's when the money will go out. Now, let me be clear. This does not mean that all the money, all the electronic deposits will go out, because the government has not told us whether they'll be sending out all that money. But two things will happen on that date. Step one, on the 17th of March, which again is tomorrow, the funds will move from the US government to banks and credit unions. That's step one. The second step is the banks and the credit unions have a deadline by when they have to make the funds available to people to withdraw. They can't just hold on to the money. They have to release it to you. And that deadline is generally 9 a.m. local time. So it depends on, where you're located. I'm on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, obviously, it's your local time. It's 9 a.m. local time. So basically, the point is that all the recipients should have access to the money by tomorrow, and banks and credit unions, as of right now, at the time I'm recording this video on the 16th of March, banks and credit unions have not received the money yet. Okay, they have not received the money yet. So any payments that were essentially made ahead of time, means those financial institutions are essentially advancing the money They are advancing the money based on instructions that they received on who's going to get paid. What this basically means is, if you're seeing a provisional deposit, it's not because the government sent the money to your bank. It's because the bank knows that the government is sending the money, and therefore the bank is sort of advancing you the money. Now, different banks are doing this differently, but let's keep this simple. March 17 is a day the government goes and starts sending out all the money, and then the banks are then required to make it available to you ASAP after that. So you should have the money by tomorrow, and if your bank takes a little bit more time for processing, it may happen the day after tomorrow. So when do the funds actually settle? Settlement of the funds is expected to happen at 8:30 a.m. East Coast time on Wednesday. What that means is, that is literally, the moment when the money will be transferred from the governments to banks and credit unions settlements from the Federal Reserve. So the Federal Reserve of the United States of America at 8:30 a.m. East Coast time on the 17th of March is going to go and transfer billions of dollars from the Federal Reserve to banks and credit unions, and then the bank will need to transmit that money to you as quickly as possible. Now, is it possible the bank gets the money on March 17th and transmits the money to you on March 18th or 19th? Yes, it's possible. Is it possible the bank has already essentially showed you a pending deposit or given you the money? Yes, but that's because they've advanced the money. They still haven't gotten the money from the federal government. Is it also possible that the bank gets the money from the Federal Reserve, bam, 8:30 a.m. on March 17th, and at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., that money is showing pending in your account? Yes. So there are three different scenarios, but here's the bottom line. Many, if not most, of our fellow Americans will see the money, if not tomorrow, by day after tomorrow, and that is a good news, everyone. So the IRS said the vast majority of the $160 million $1,400 stimulus checks will be sent by direct deposit. The vast majority, and subsequent rounds of payments will occur via an ACH settlement scheduled each Wednesday after the payment is issued. And if the funds do not go through, the government will put paper checks in the mail. So, folks, that's where things stand. Everybody, pretty interesting, pretty encouraging news. And again, like I said, I will provide you folks with a link to this article. Let me actually show you the article. I'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below, because I know how important this money is for a majority of our fellow Americans who need this money to be able to put food on the table, to be able to make rent, to be able to keep the lights on. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I want you to know that you are greatly appreciated. I work very hard, everyone. I work very hard behind the scenes to bring you this information. That is one of the reasons our channel has been growing so rapidly. This channel will teach you how to understand the complex ways in which our government works, how to understand our economy, and by extension, you'll become a more educated, you'll become a more well-rounded investor, if you will, so that you can manage your own money. My goal is to teach you how to make money, how to save money, and how to invest money. And I think doing that involves an understanding of the complex world of politics and country, which we break down for you on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. I appreciate you. I hope you get the money soon. Type out in the comment section below if you have a pending deposit. Again, if you have a pending deposit, it doesn't mean that the government sent money to your bank yet. It means that your bank has advanced you the money if you're watching this video on March 16th. After March 17th, it's like, everything is as it's supposed to be. I hope this helped you make sense of the official and the unofficial dates when the money is going to be transmitted. I appreciate you. I'll include a link to the article in the description section below. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.